News Technology is sponsored by Surfline.
News Technology is proudly brought to you in association with Surfline. I always tell you, it is the wholly owned Ghanaian company that has brought into Ghana for the first time the 4G LTE network. So if you see what is behind my screen today, I spent some time at the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. It's an agency under the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. They have been working behind closed doors over the years, ensuring that we use technology to the advantage of the Ghanaian people. Nuclear energy is on spot. They're also using something they call the protein bait to fight fruit flies. And so therefore the losses that our farmers were hitherto making because fruit flies feed on the produce that they make will be a thing of the past. If this particular thing you see behind me on the screen goes very soon into commercial production. And also one problem the country has been facing is what we call mosquito bites. Tell you what, the Commission has developed a new technology that would ensure that mosquitoes are totally eradicated from the shores of this country. That story for you tonight.
The Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, GAEC, is the state organization established in 1963 and is involved with surveillance of the use of nuclear energy in the country. Its primary objectives were set out by Parliament Act 588, which involves investigating the use of nuclear energy for Ghana and supporting research and development both in Ghana and abroad. The Commission has since its establishment been working behind closed doors to drive this agenda. Now the Commission says, more than ever, it is working tirelessly for sufficient energy production to move the economy forward. Deputy Director of the Commission explained to News Technology that proper and detailed procedures are currently ongoing to set the ball rolling.
Currently, we are working with the Ministry through the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation and then the Ministry of Energy to put the nuclear power back on the agenda so that we include nuclear power into Ghana's energy mix. And we hope that if we have sufficient energy, that will give us the ability to do work, and we can do it effectively and better. If you look at every country that has developed, or the developing one, or those we started with, one of the critical things they have used to their advantage is energy. They've invested heavily in energy, and using that, they've been able to progress.
However, there are some bottlenecks. A Nuclear Regulatory Authority bill is yet to be passed by Parliament. This, we learned, is scaring investors away into the sector.
Currently, before them, we have the Nuclear Regulatory Authority bill. We hope by the time they rise up somewhere in November, December, at the end of this month, or early December or December, they will have passed that one too. Then we are step closer, because without the regulatory bill, you won't get any country coming in to support you. And that has also been one of the major delay factors.
The Commission has several departments, the Technology Transfer Department and others. Farmers will no longer have to suffer and reap little benefit because fruit flies feed on their produce. Protein bait has been developed and will soon go into commercial production to control fruit flies.
The protein bait is a food bait. The males and females require this protein bait to develop their eggs, so they go looking for the protein. So we put this protein on the leaves, spiked with insecticide, so they feed on it and then they die. We developed this and tried it in the field. Now we are commercializing.
Also at the center is the development of a mosquito inventory technology. This local developed technology will help Ghana to totally eradicate mosquitoes with proper investments. My guest explains further.
The other technology is the sterile insect technique, which we are developing. And the sterile insect technique, basically, we sterilize the males and then release them in the field. And every female that gets mated by this sterile male will not produce any offspring. So over time, we can crash the population. Right now, we are developing the mass rearing system because we need to release large numbers of these sterile males. So what you see here, we are developing methods for rearing large numbers of the sterile males for release in the field.
The Ghana Atomic Energy Commission promised to periodically update the public on its activities to diffuse the notion that it was set up to produce toxic materials.
And that's it by way of News Technology, proudly brought to you by Surfline. Visit them at their Osu or East Legon office, or log on to www.selflinegh.com. I am Ignatius, and next up on your screen, the business news.
News Technology is sponsored by Selfline.